A man pursuing you does not show he's into you, okay? It does not. Remember, in the 6 phases of relationship, attraction phase, it is his testosterone because he wants sex that's driving him to pursue you. That's the first thing. So don't get his pursuit twisted. You are right when you say effort. You are right when you say consistent effort. He's making time for you. He's calling you over time. Effort, consistency. If he's showing up and you're seeing him and it's like past like 3 months, you know when the representatives start falling off, then that's signs that he's interested. Are we really going to justify our man cheating on you because you neglected the relationship? What does that even mean? No, ma'am. What we're not about to do one day after Sunday is start to blame ourselves for our man's behavior. If he had a problem with you neglecting the relationship, that's a mature conversation. And if you don't change and he can't take it, then he could have left. But to justify cheating, we're not going to do that on this good day the Lord hath made, after the day the Lord hath made. We're not doing that. No, we're not. Diva, it sounds like we need to work on our confidence and our sense of self-love. And it's no judgment, because let me tell you something. I would suspect at least 90% of women need to work on their sense of self-love and self-worth when it comes to receiving love. So many of us tolerate a bunch of crap. It's kind of like, how do you cook a frog? Slowly. First, the water is lukewarm, and you turn it up ever slightly. Then next thing you know, you're tolerating more and more and more. He cheated because he's a selfish jerk, is why he cheated. Tell him I said it. So you're saying out of 7.8 billion people, right? All the men that cheated, which, like, let's say you split that down the middle. Let's say, 3.8 billion with a B. And you're saying all 3.8 billion with a B men are cheating? Man, make it make sense. All men don't cheat. We have to change our mind with that. Ma'am, giving up is not an option. You haven't even tried everything yet. You haven't even learned what it is that you don't know yet. So what are you giving up for? Like, you were created to love and be loved. That's the reason why you're on this planet. Giving up is easy. And I know you're not like that. You're not a coward. You're not a quitter. So I know you're not going to give up just like that. You wouldn't be in my face if you were just going to give up and quit. No, ma'am. You did not come to the best in the business to learn how to attract love just so you can just throw it up in the air and just give up. No, ma'am. That's not what we're doing today, okay? Suck them words back in. Cancel. Let's reset. Let's start this over. That's like going to the grocery store because you want a peach, right? You got a craving for peaches, and you pick up this peach. It looks so beautiful. It seems like it's the right peach. You take it home. Your mouth is watering. You ready to eat that peach. And then you cut into it, and it is rotten all around the seed in the middle. It's rotten to the daggone core. You're like, God dang it. I hate peaches. I give up on all fruit. You know what? I will never eat another fruit again in my life, because that's the third peach that I picked up that was rotten. So now all peaches in the entire universe are rotten. As beautiful boss divas who recognize that we're the prize. We're not about to wait around or try to make a man who has shown the characteristics and traits that he is a cheater. We're not going to wait for him to just poof the magic dragon, that now he's not a cheater. No, ma'am. If a man shows you who he is, then believe him. If he cheated on his last one and the last one before that and the last one before that, and his daddy cheated and his grandfather cheated, ma'am, his heritage and lineage is that of cheaters. He's a cheater. Okay? Pineapple's pineapple. Snakes bite. Cheaters cheat. That's what it is. Don't try to make it something that it's not. We can keep this nice and simple. Ladies, what are the signs of cheating? I can tell you what the number one sign, your gut, your intuition, is the number one sign that he's cheating. Your intuition. Some of you guys, something's not right. Something just don't feel right. How do you know when a man's into you? How do you know when a man is cheating? Your gut, your intuition, that inner voice. That inner voice That's your higher self. That's your God self telling you something ain't right in Denmark. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. There's something you need to pay attention to. No, ma'am, you don't have gas. It's not your anxiety. It's something wrong. That's the reason why a lot of you guys, you romanticize having butterflies. You think when you meet somebody and you have butterflies, that's a good feel. That's a good sign. No, ma'am, it's not. Having butterflies is not a good sign. You can romanticize it all you want to, but it's not a good sign. When you have butterflies, that's your brain releasing cortisol. Cortisol goes to the stomach. It's not gas. It can cause gas. Cortisol goes to the stomach. Cortisol is a stress hormone. You probably feel it when you go to work. You feel the butterflies, that nervous feeling. That's not. When you meet the right person, it feels like peace. When you meet the right person, it feels like you've come home. If you pass gas and you got stomach ache and diarrhea after hanging out with your man, no, ma'am. And no, if you have anxiety and then you're around somebody and you have even more anxiety, then no, ma'am. You know, it's funny how people like justify their limitations, right? You try to teach them something, you know. No, when it goes to your stomach, when you meet somebody, it's because your subconscious mind has picked up on a signal that something's not right with this person. Either they remind you subconsciously of somebody who hurt you, or they're incongruent. Sometimes people can say one thing, but your subconscious mind has picked up that whatever they're saying is not congruent with their slight body movements. And you consciously might not be picking up on it, but your subconscious mind has picked up on it. There is a difference between excitement and nerve. You know where excitement is usually at? In your chest, in your heart. You know when you get super excited? You might even feel it like in the upper part of your stomach, not in your stomach where you're feeling the butterflies. Excitement, even if you pay attention, feels different in your stomach than it does when you feel that uneasy feeling. And you know what I'm talking about. You ever walked around somebody and you felt that feeling, you're just like, ugh, I don't know what it is about her. I don't know what it is about him. I just don't get good vibes. We call it good vibes. It's so crazy. Like every guy that ever disappointed or hurt me, I felt some kind of butterflies. Then I was like, ooh, he's the one. I thought that meant, listen, you're right. All them R&B songs, all them love songs, they'll lead you astray, honey. You'll end up bamboozled. Sometimes your subconscious mind picks up on subconsciously that this person has the potential to inflict the same trauma that you experienced before. It's a protective mechanism. Your brain is telling you to run. You're just not listening. Ma'am, he's not even in the vicinity. Like, he shouldn't even be in the same neighborhood. I mean, in the same city. Or, you know what? Not even in the same state. Not even the same country. Not even the same planet as you. He shouldn't even be in the same galaxy at all. He's not an option. The only way he should be an option is if he is interested in you. He's into you. Some of y'all are so disconnected to yourself. And I honestly feel like, you know, some of you guys can catch it, but you're going to catch it when your consciousness is ready to catch it. So it's okay. I'm here and I'm going to keep repeating myself. Your feminine energy. You know, the characteristic of it is that she is intuitive. Your feminine energy is intuitive. Your feminine energy is intuitive. And you're so disconnected from your feminine energy that you don't even know when your intuition is talking. You're so disconnected from you that you can't even recognize the signs in your own body when your body is trying to tell you that this doesn't feel right. So have you ever heard of the muscle test? Have you ever heard of muscle testing like food or muscle testing doing certain things? Let's say I wanted to muscle test if I wanted to buy this pyramid, right? I would hold this pyramid in my hand, in this hand, and then I would have somebody else push on this hand. And if this hand stays strong, then that means that my higher self is saying buy this pyramid. If my hand drops, and your muscle will tell you, you would think you're stronger, right? but your muscle will respond. If your hand drops when they push on it, when you're holding the object you're asking about, your hand will drop. You can muscle test yourself when it comes to people you're dating. But if you were meditating, then you would get in alignment with your higher self, God, you, yourself, and you would be able to know when something didn't feel right.